Welcome to Airborne Flight Training. Coming up on this week's episode, Airbus and EASA plow ahead with single pilot airline ops. EAA Ray Foundation scholarships attain 600 pilot certificates earned. New fixed-gear Elektra Trainer enters service. And I'm your host, Holland Lee. Welcome to Airborne Flight Training, a weekly program dedicated to future aviators and aviation professionals. Airborne Flight Training is brought to you in part by King Schools. King Schools has been leading the effort in producing expert aviation training programs and computer-based learning software for over 50 years. Find out why pilots love King teaching at kingschools.com. Now let's get into today's stories. Airbus and EASA plow ahead with single pilot airline ops. Airbus continues to push out outlandish proposals to see its concept of extended minimum crew operations, which essentially is a euphemism for single pilot ops, become reality for wide-body aircraft filled with passengers during cruise flight. The company is hoping that eMCO will be an attractive cost-saving measure for airlines which would no longer require 3 or 4 pilots on long and ultra-long haul routes. Currently, 2 pilots are on duty on the flight deck at any one time, with the other 1 or 2 sleeping in the crew rest area. Under eMCO, just 1 pilot would be alone in the cockpit for up to 3 hours while the other pilot sleeps. Not surprisingly, pilot unions around the world are alarmed and vehemently oppose such a concept based on safety of passengers and crew members. Given the fact that pilots are human and have human needs, such as tending to bodily functions, EASA is tasked with researching ideas on how to safely implement eMCO. One proposal by Airbus is to install an open toilet where the second jump seat is located, and possibly have it equipped with a comms panel to enable the user to see and respond to the instrument or ATC while on the toilet. After the break, DPEs may use basic med.
For over 30 years, the massive Sport Plane Resource Guide has provided expert, credible information, evaluations, and critical analysis of all that the sport aviation world has to offer. The all-new digital Sport Plane Resource Guide is coming with extensive multimedia features that are constantly updated, and even more comprehensive online guide to all things sport aviation. Available soon. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some shorter stories. DPEs may use basic med. Basic med has been expanded, and the FAA recently issued guidance that allows designated pilot examiners to provide services without holding a current FAA medical certificate, but who do medically qualify under basic med, that is now compliant with the FAA medical requirement. There are some specific conditions pilots and DPEs must meet to be in compliance with basic med. The main one is that to operate under basic med, the DPE must have held a valid FAA medical certificate at any point after July 14, 2006. And the most recently held medical certificate may be expired, but cannot have been denied, revoked, or suspended. FAA approves employment fast track for Embry-Riddle ATC program. Graduates of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's Air Traffic Control Program has been approved for the Enhanced Air Traffic Collegiate Training Initiative program, through which they can be placed directly into FAA facilities for controller training when they meet certain conditions. To be placed directly into training, grads must pass the Air Traffic Skills Assessment exam and also meet medical and security requirements. Snead State partners with ACE Aeronautics training aviation mechanics. Students in the Aviation Maintenance Technician programs at Snead State Community College are getting a leg up on their peers through a collaboration between Snead State's Alabama Aviation College and ACE Aeronautics of Guntersville, Alabama. Snead State's Aviation College is located at Albertville Regional Airport, while ACE Aero is just a few miles up the road at Guntersville Municipal. Royal Canadian Air Force orders 19 PC-21 trainers. The Royal Canadian Air Force has signed a contract with Pilatus to receive 19 PC-21 training aircraft. The deal was made alongside SkyAlign for RCAF's future aircrew training program. The new PC-21 fleet will be located at the Moose Jaw Canadian Forces Base in Saskatchewan. The aircraft will be used to train the next generation of Canadian military pilots. That's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. EAA Ray Foundation scholarships attain 600 pilot certificates earned. The EAA Ray Aviation Scholarship program has been making a difference since 1963 for young people pursuing aviation careers, and has recently passed a significant milestone as 600 scholarship recipients have completed flight training and earned pilot certificates. The EAA Scholarship Program is funded by the Ray Foundation, founded by James C. and Joan L. Ray. EAA manages the program and administers it through the EAA Chapter Network. The program awards scholarships for qualified applicants to realize their aviation dreams. Funding for the 2025 program has been increased to $2.25 million, and each recipient will receive up to $12,000 to fund their pilot training. The eligibility requirements of both EAA chapters as well as scholars are geared towards indicating a commitment to success. Once a chapter is approved, it nominates the chosen recipient for final EAA review. For individual applicants, such attributes as engagement in aviation groups or activities, completed private pilot study knowledge courses and/or flying experiences, and other activities including academics, leadership positions, honors, and actual completion of the FAA private pilot written exam are either considered or required. After these messages, new fixed-gear Elektra Trainer enters service.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Welcome back. New fixed-gear Elektra Trainer enters service. Elektra Solar recently put the first aircraft from its Elektra Trainer Fixed-Gear family into service. The electric aircraft will be used to train students at the Lorenzen Flight School in Landshut, Germany. The Elektra Trainer has been flying since 2011 and is a member of the German ultralight class. It's a modified version of the company's Elektra One, given a longer fuselage and reinforced wings. The aircraft has an impressive 25-to-1 glide ratio, 1,969 feet per minute climb rate, and 75 mile-per-hour cruise speed. The fully electric trainer uses a 12-kilowatt incorporated charging system to juice up an empty battery within 3 hours. The 30 kilowatt hours provides 2.5 hours and 186 miles of uninterrupted flight. The company says, quote, "The excellent flight characteristics of the Elektra Trainer, such as stable attitude, responsive control, good-natured stall behavior, short takeoff and landing capability, and safety thanks to redundancy of the drive, are also ideal for training beginners," end quote. Though the FG has obviously fixed landing gear, the manufacturer optimized the fairing to ensure that the aircraft maintains its aerodynamic characteristics. It has larger winglets than the retractable gear version to further reduce drag. Also, the space saved from pinning the landing gear gives customers the option to install additional batteries. This raises the expected flight time 3 hours. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.